Hello, welcome to another show, Bluethentic, the Carlton Essendon preview. Rocky?
Oh mate, looking forward to this one. We love this one, don't we?
We love the Bombers. We love playing the Bombers, particularly when they're on the bottom of the ladder.
It doesn't matter where they are, they're always going to be good games.
Oh, hi Adam. How are you?
Oh, we got Rob.
Oh, we forgot about Rob,
We've got
the captain.
Rob.
Now
We've got
can we
Rob
get the captain?
Yeah, hi mate.
Hey Rob, how are you been?
Rocky, you're there too.
Hello, mate.
Hello, how
We're
are
here
you?
at the Doutta Galla and we've got a special guest as well. Welcome, Tim.
G'day.
A Bomber supporter,
Yeah.
the first Bomber supporter
Ever.
to be on our show.
Ever.
I'm honoured, truly
On
honoured.
debut, tell us your quick 30-second Essendon background.
Oh, well, actually, my dad was a Hawthorn supporter, but my cousins barracked for Essendon. They lived close to Essendon, and I looked up to my older cousins, and I definitely got on board. And back in those days, it was Timmy Watson and namesake. Definitely got behind them and didn't stray. So been with them thick and thin.
Right.
Geez, that would have been a tough call. They were both successful back in the...
They were.
In the early
Dad wasn't too happy about it, but yeah, we watched a few premierships together. Some went his way, some went my way.
So there's another Timmy Watson floating around.
Tim's not my dad. But Tim Watson was the player that I admired when I was in primary school, and as my namesake, as in Tim.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'd be
Yeah.
confused. So how are Essendon supporters right now? How do you feel?
Well, geez, it's devastating, really, to be in this position for as long as we have been. I'm sure you can empathise with that.
Yes, we can.
But, you know, you've had a very interesting last 3 weeks. Turned the corner somewhat, on a bit of a roll, potentially looking for another win this Sunday. Who knows? We haven't had the new coach bounce on Sunday. Maybe we'll get it this Sunday.
Before we get into the preview, would you accept James Hurd as the coach of Essendon Footy Club?
Gee, I never thought you'd ask me that question. I was thinking, what were these guys going to ask me when I get down here, right? It is a big question. I'm going to share more on Sunday, but at the moment, I think it's absolutely valid for anyone to put up their hand and say, yep, I want to coach the club, whether that's James or somebody else. And I also think it's really appropriate for the club to go through a proper process. So if those two things match up, and if it turns out that James is being selected by the club as the right man for the job, I think it's in the interest and duty of the supporters to get behind that decision and go with it.
But there's a problem though. People aren't going to put their hand up until they get a definitive answer on James Hurd.
Well, I think personally that's a little bit short-sighted or even arrogant of some of the coaches that are out there, because if you're good enough, you should back yourself in for the process.
Correct, I agree.
I think Tim answered that perfectly. He actually sounded like Andrew Walsh. That was a great answer. Well done, Tim. Now, this week, Adam, is it the Justin Madden Cup? Are they going to make it official?
Justin Madden, I was thinking Glenn Hawker.
Glenn Hawker?
The Glenn Hawker
yeah,
Cup.
handy. Yeah, he was at the back end of his
Matt
time.
Allen.
Matthew Allen.
Matthew Allen.
Any other names?
Well, it could be the Mackay Cup, really, couldn't it? I mean,
Oh.
we're now going to play Ben Mackay forward,
Yes.
and
saw
you'll have Harry forward. So
Actually, don't mind it.
Ben looks
Actually
comfortable.
like it.
they could be at both ends of the ground rather than playing
What
on
about
each other.
Well, yeah.
And I wanted them to play on each other to dispel the myth that they're the same person.
Is that the first time this week that they might play on each other?
No, they've played...
Well, they
No,
won't.
they had before.
They've
They've
played-
done that
they've
last
played-
week.
Okay.
They had before.
Yeah.
What about the
Harry got
Williams,
concussed.
Durham... Who's that little nuggety guy that used to go toe-to-toe with Greg Williams?
Sean Denham.
Sean Denham, that's
Well,
it.
yeah, well, he didn't play with Carlton. I saw
Doesn't
him the other
matter.
day in Union Road. I was going to run through him, to be
sure
honest
you
with you.
will.
Yeah.
So
I thought, I haven't forgotten you, mate.
So
Tell
Robbie, let's talk about Sunday. Firstly,
The luncheon.
we've got the big show here at the Doutta Galla Hotel, 3 p.m. Sunday.
Yeah, so our last luncheon was a great success because we had about 35 here.
It's good.
The Doutta Galla were wrapped. We had some good Q&A. The panel was awesome. So we're looking forward to a really big day with an MND theme about it. as well, because it is MND round, and due to recent passing of Neil Danaher, we want to be able to come together and think about those people that have passed or are suffering from MND. And I saw Ben Cousins' dad declared that he's got MND on the weekend.
Heard that.
Yeah, and that was really hard to watch. I've been a big Brian Cousins fan, mainly because of what he's had to put up with in the last few years. He's really stood tall, and unfortunately, he's been diagnosed.
There's a rumour going around that there's going to be a slide here on Sunday.
A slide.
Yeah.
Yep.
A big free slide, and you're going down it.
The captain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you put your hand up to go down it?
I'm glad it's just a rumour.
Yeah.
Because I've not heard of that.
Okay.
There is going to be an ice bucket challenge. That's probably as far as it's going to go.
Yeah.
I hope it's not cold on Sunday. If I get chosen, I'm in all sorts.
Rocky, do you think maybe we could do a couple of giveaways on Sunday? Do you think Jody will come to the party and maybe do a couple of giveaways, a couple of vouchers?
Doutta Galla are always
What do
accommodating.
you think, Rob?
Yes, I'll put some pressure on her. I'll send her a message tonight.
Okay.
So Jody's a program manager here at the Doutta Galla.
Brilliant.
Been amazing for us. So supportive.
It's a great venue, certainly
Great venue.
since the renovation. And we're upstairs here. I can see the space just behind the camera where we're going to have the lunch.
Yes.
And to all of your subscribers, come along, bring a friend, bring an Essendon friend, because I don't want to sit here alone in my red and black. It'd be good to have some Essendon people in the room
I
too.
think we'll get a few.
So
I
the
do have another
details-
Essendon guy coming to be on the panel too.
Yes, Willow, yes.
Assuming
so
Rocky's
the
not
details are 3 o'clock start.
We do want you
So
to go.
that gives us ample time to get on the train and go and watch the game straight
What
afterwards.
time's the game? 7:20?
So, it's a 7:20 game. Beautiful Sunday night in Melbourne at the G.
Public holiday.
Arch rivals, and
plan.
footy is about arch rivals, isn't it?
The original, the original
originals. Yeah, it's tribal. So we, Essendon, Carlton, Carlton, Collingwood. I'd rather play Essendon because I'd like to stick it up.
And the weather outlook is nice. It's about 17, no rain. So it should be a good crowd at the MCG.
Is there cheap pies on Sunday at the G? Can you check with Andrew?
I'm not sure, but let's get quickly into the preview.
Right. Okay, let's go.
Carlton, $1.20. Essendon, $4.75.
I'm falling off the chair here.
$4.75 in the early market.
Ooh, Timmy, you going to get a slice of that? Or
Oh
not?
no! I've never really bet on sport, to be honest.
That's
I just
good call.
I watch the odds, but
Yeah.
No, I don't
Give
punt on the
give us your
games.
prediction for Sunday. Tell us how it's going to unfold, Tim.
Well, it's a mystery, isn't it? I think one thing for sure is that it's very hard for even an interim coach to change the way a team plays just in the space of a week, let alone 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, we saw on Sunday that there were some tweaks, you'd say, to Essendon's game plan. They wanted to focus on the contest. They swung a few positional changes, and we talked about Mackay going forward.
Exciting. That was good.
Which is different. And actually, if you listen to his Dean Solomon's press conference, he also spoke about Zach Reid going forward as well as a potential.
Yeah, I like Zach Reid. He's had no luck with injury.
Yeah. So I think it's almost like, well, we could expect some of those things. Maybe there'll be a few more tweaks that we might see. I think we're definitely going to have more ins and outs, which unfortunately you saw May get injured with his collarbone. He's off getting scans today, so don't know exactly the extent of that injury sitting here today on Monday. But there's going to be more changes in the team. We do look a bit healthier probably about a month out from now in terms of people coming back. So I think this Sunday I'd expect, as Rob said, it's rivalry. It's a big Melbourne club.
Doesn't matter. On the ladder.
That's exactly right, Rocky. And I would like to see that Essendon have a crack, so I'd expect contest. But I still think we probably will get shown up a little bit in our skills execution. But I'd love to see contest, and that's fine. If we could start to see a little bit of a game plan around our defensive unit, that's probably maybe a stretch too far. Second game in for an interim coach. But I think that's what's Essendon will start to see in the second half of this season.
Margin, winner?
Yeah, look, it's hard to see Essendon get up for this game. But look, stranger things have happened in these sort of games where there's rivalry. It's still a new coach. I think it's always tough to play away in Perth. If you watch the game, you'd probably question a few of the umpiring decisions, and the crowd noise can sometimes influence that because the umpires don't hear people calling for holding the ball or too high or those sorts of things.
That's true.
You'll hear that at the MCG because you'll have a more even balance between supporters, and I just think you'll get a probably more even or a fairer umpire count or decisions on the day.
Definitely. So I want to sort of hone in on...
Tim keeps dancing around the question. I need a prediction.
You can't predict. Okay. Save it for the show.
Is it Dancing with the Stars here or not? What's going on?
Okay, so Adam, why don't I say at this stage, I find it difficult to see how Essendon gets up.
Okay.
But I'd like to see the team list, and I'll answer the question with a margin on Sunday.
Okay,
excellent. Look forward to that.
That's very well answered.
But look, I was really impressed with Essendon last night, how they dragged back the lead. So West Coast would go out to a margin, Essendon would drag it back. That's a sign that there's been some changes there, right? So I think Solomon's had his imprint on this team. They've got a lot of injuries. Let's not muck around with that. 15 players on the sidelines.
Sounds like a lot of excuses.
A
lot of excuses here.
No, I'm very, very supportive. And I think everyone wants a strong Essendon footy club. And that's why, for me, they've got to get Hurdy in charge of that club. Just give him the job. No one else wants it. Just give it to him. It means that 20,000 members are going to come back and throw their money in. Anyway, going back to the game for Sunday, I think psychologically this battle... And that's where it starts and ends psychologically. Carlton will feel the pressure because it's Essendon.
Because they're favourite.
Yeah.
They haven't been favourite the last 3 weeks.
No, that's right.
They're
very true.
If they're in front at half time.
Yeah. Well, that's right. So it's going to come down to who's fumbly, who's not finishing off their work, who's not kicking straight. So that's where it's going to be told. But we need to get on top of them early, which I think we can because our strength in numbers around the footy at the contest in our midfield is strong. Yeah. Geelong saw that Friday night.
Yeah, it's still our one wood. One thing that I noticed in the Essendon West Coast game was the exits from D50, particularly from kick-ins. They moved the ball really quickly and transitioned quickly and got inside 50. So that was actually pretty impressive. I don't know if there's been a change there. I know Archie Roberts does a lot of the kick-ins, but the transition was pretty good from D50.
But wasn't it good to see Mackay go up the ground? You know, that's exciting.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah. Oh, well, exactly. But you know, why wasn't it tried before?
Yeah, but is that the last legs for him? If he doesn't succeed here, he's out the door?
Oh, I think that's his new find.
Would
you know, playing up the ground, playing forward. Mate, he looked exciting.
What do you reckon? Tim's got a smile when I said that.
Yeah, just interesting to, you're talking about the game, and Rob, you mentioned how Essendon came back, and I was thinking, they came back in the second and fourth quarter, but that's because they were playing in a wind tunnel.
Yeah, right? It was, So, but they didn't concede totally, that's what I'm saying.
No,
given the fact that they had a lot of players out.
Yeah, and West Coast also had some execution issues early, in terms of hitting the scoreboard, and you could tell the wind was affecting the ball drop for some of the players too, right? And they were shanking kicks and putting them out.
And West Coast aren't a great side. They're getting better. Yeah, they've got a couple of guns in here, but
So a couple of matchups. Who goes to caddy? Is it Harry Dean?
Harry Dean's probably the likely matchup, and I'd be pretty confident with Harry Dean. He's an excellent.
Because Caddy likes to play further up the ground, and that releases Dean to actually be that intercept mark.
Yeah, and Wiedering can just play D50.
Correct.
Yeah. And would you expect maybe Hewitt goes to Merritt?
Oh, yeah, possibly. But I don't think Merritt's in great form.
No, he's not.
And I think
I reckon he's switched off. I reckon
he's out.
Yeah, but I think there'll be a change of heart there. I think him and Welsh have got a good relationship. I think he'll end up staying.
I think it'd be a mistake.
If Hurd does come in, he's staying. You know.
I think you've got to start again. You just got to say start. If Hurd's coming in, if I'm Hurd, I'd be saying right. I want a clean slate here.
I think Welsh has put his...
The problem's going to be you won't get 3 first rounders next year.
Yeah, Welsh
I don't think.
Yeah, Welsh has put his agates on the line, and he's staying, mate. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
What do they do with Jagger and Cripps? Will they try and negate them somehow?
Oh, they'd have to. But I think for Jagger, they've got to stop him from taking space.
Yeah.
He is now electric out of stoppage.
Yeah.
And he is taking ground.
He got 7
and he
coaches
is
votes.
dangerous.
7 coaches votes.
And he's hitting up. You know, God help the teams next year when he gets better and better.
How was that spin that he did when Taylor knocked over Stewart?
I thought it was.
So who does
I thought he was in the Olympics.
Who goes with him? Does Roby play a sort of negating role with him? You reckon they put the 2 young guns, the Bulls?
I reckon.
Or the Bull,
I reckon for Roby's development, he should go to Cripps. For his development.
That's a good call. Yeah.
You know, bigger body, 192
That's
centimetre.
a big challenge for Roby.
Yeah, but that's what you want. You want to go up against the best, or one of the best in the comp.
Yeah.
Because they're similar players. Let's be honest. They play this. Roby will be what Cripps is in 5 or 6 years' time.
I'd love to be in Essendon scouting meeting. So the scouting person comes in with the notes, and I would love to be sitting there watching what's going on and listening to that. It would be unbelievable. Those matchups, how Carlton moved the ball. You know, we're now good out of D50. You know, when Voss was there, we were shit.
Anyway, let's save it for Sunday.
Let's leave a little bit of content for Sunday. My early prediction, and you guys don't have to predict, is Carlton by 52 points.
Ouch.
17 degrees. What sort of crowd numbers? Tim, what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what, it was pretty disappointing when I went a couple of weeks ago to see Essendon Freo.
Yeah.
And we had the lowest crowd at the G for an Essendon game in 30 plus years with, I think it was 25,000.
25, Jesus. That included the hot dog stand?
Yeah, it did, yeah. Now, albeit the weather was terrible and it was Sunday afternoon.
Shocking.
This is also Sunday, but it's the day before a public holiday.
Brad Scott was in charge.
And we've got a new coach, and we're also playing a major Melbourne team. Right, so I'd like to think it's got to be closer to double that.
And $20 general admission tickets.
$20.
Okay.
Essendon home game.
So I reckon there'll be 70,000 there.
Yeah, I thought 60.
Yeah, Carlton's
55
on a roll.
to 60.
We're on a roll.
Oh, yes, that's true.
the Carlton supporters turn up.
Yeah,
It's just the Essendon supporters.
I know.
Won't.
Well, at $20 a ticket, people will be going.
Yeah, they'll be going.
60, 65.
I'm tipping 70,000.
Okay.
So,
Right.
yeah,
Get
and
to the
just on one more thing.
Okay, yes.
Your brother-in-law played for Essendon, Tim.
He did, yes.
Yep. How many games?
Well, he played 4 games of AFL, but he played them for St Kilda.
I thought he played more at Essendon.
After he was cut by Essendon. So all of his games at Essendon were in the reserves.
Yeah, he told me a funny story about a footy trip to America one year, how he missed out.
Right.
Can I share that story?
Oh, probably.
So he put his name down
So who's the brother-in-law?
to America.
My brother-in-law.
Who is
Yeah,
it?
Curry, Alistair Curry.
Oh, Alistair Carr.
Yeah, you remember Alistair.
Yeah, sorry.
So he put his
Alistair.
name down to go to America, and because he wasn't playing seniors, they left him off the list.
Right.
And Gavin Wanganeen went over there, and he got homesick after like 2 days,
Oh, no.
and he flew straight back, and Curry was filthy on it because he was next in line to go.
I don't
That was a good little story.
I like that.
He told
I'll
me
have
that.
to ask him that one.
Yeah,
next-
ask him.
ask
Yeah,
him next
he's
time,
dirty
yeah.
on it. Yeah,
I bet.
All right, that's enough for tonight, boys. Big preview. Get to the Doot. 3 p.m.
Meals, drinks. Let's go the Doutta Galla
Robbie's
Sunday.
going down the slide and potentially some giveaways for those people that attend.
Yeah,
Go Blues.
See you there. Go Bombers.
good stuff.
Thanks, Tim.